first, thank you for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
So, you release 2 or more books a year. Are you ever drafting more than one story at a time, or do you complete the plot of one and work on editing before moving on to the next story?
Yes, to your second part, I can't draft 2 at a time. I've tried, but I can't. So no, I have to complete the whole novel, be in those characters' heads, be part of their lives, be part of their plot. And then I'm able to separate editing from drafting, so I can edit it within a story as I'm drafting another one. But I'm completely done writing it, so.
So you often have quick cameos from previous stories' characters in your contemporary books. I'm not including Pivot Point in this. But there's very little actual crossover between the major characters. Do you have any plans or interest in full-out sequels or companions focused on a character that was big in another story?
So as far as sequels go, I've never really felt the need to carry on their story. When a story's done, in my brain it's done, I guess. I'd have to do something major to have their story continue, some sort of conflict, breaking them up or something that I don't want to do. But as far as larger crossover characters, I'm working on some right now. So my first book that came out as part of this grouping of books that I'm having crossover characters in is Love, Life, and the List.
Okay.
So then I take one of the bigger side characters from Love, Life, and the List, and she stars in her own book called Fame, Fate, and the First Kiss. And then I will take another side character and she'll star in the third book I have coming out in 2020 or something.
It's a little trilogy, but trilogy of companions.
And so, yes, and you'll see appearances from all the people in all the books. So it's fun. It's been fun. It's my first time I've really done something major like that. Like you said, I've only had little cameos, and it's been fun. It's been fun revisiting some characters.
I'm excited. So where do your ideas come from?
They're all different. They'll come from a book I read, will inspire just a little seed of an idea, or something I see, or something I experience or watch. So I just always have to, I'll tell you where I never get my ideas from is sitting behind my computer staring at a blank screen. So if I find that I need to come up with a new idea, it's never sitting at my computer. I have to get out and think and let my mind wander and let myself see things, if that makes sense. So yeah, just all over, I guess.
Can you give us a hint of any real life experiences from your life that you have placed into a story?
I've gotten this question before, and I honestly cannot think of any except any real life experiences that I've placed in a story. Except, I know that sounds weird, except just feelings, I've obviously in high school had a couple boyfriends and just relationships and interacting with people, but I don't think I've ever taken a real event that has happened and placed it in a story, which is weird to me. Maybe I need to.
Because I'm an inspiring writer too. And I know I'll tell my friends a story of something that happened in my real life, and they'll just look at me and be like, "You need to put that in a book." I'm like, "Yeah, I do."
It's funny. I'll say stuff like that all the time too. I'm all, "Ooh, this would be a good meet cute," and then I never do it. It's weird, but I need to, obviously.
I have to say, I read all of your contemporary stories, and Love, Life, and the List was the first time that getting towards the end, I was not sure
Yeah, you were nervous?
it would have the happy ending that I wanted it to have. In writing conflicts in a relationship for one of your stories, have you ever worried while writing that the characters would not be able to work past their problems in a realistic way?
Yes, that one, in fact. That one surprised me because I had planned a different thing for the end. I had planned something different to happen. And so without giving anything away, I got toward the end and I realized that wasn't realistic, that what I had planned wasn't the right way. And so, anyway, you know how it went.
Right.
Things had to happen before they could get together. So, yeah, I have been worried before, and obviously you were worried about the same one.
I thought I knew where it was going to go, and then there was one twist where I was like, wait,
Yeah.
if he did that instead of him, that's going to be a problem.
Yeah.
There it is.
Ugh.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that one because there's a character in particular in that story that I needed to know more about and like their why they did what they did at a certain
Okay.
point. So I'm wondering if
I
that
hope I
is going to come up.
I don't, we'll have to talk after the tape
Yes.
stops rolling. I'm curious.
Okay. So I'm a little scared to ask this next question because it could upset me.
Uh-oh.
Do you honestly think that all of the couples from your book stayed together long term?
Oh, honestly. I would like to think yes. But, I mean, they are high school romances. Odds are a lot of them did not. I won't name any names.
I was about to say, like, are there any in particular that you're like, oh, I don't think this would work out?
I can't accept the fans like that. I have someone in my brain, but I won't say it.
Maybe we'll talk again after. In your opinion, what's the secret to creating character chemistry?
I think character chemistry comes from natural dialogue, honestly. I mean, making it sound like these people are really having, and conversations they would really have. Not just about their feelings, not conversations just about how they feel about each other, but everyday conversations and building up to the ultimate, in my books it's a kiss, but building up to that has to come with a lot of groundwork of chemistry, and the chemistry comes from people getting excited about these people being together, right? So yeah, I'd say dialogue is my strength on creating chemistry, or is my key to creating chemistry, I should say.
So let's talk for a moment about Listen to Your Heart, because
Okay.
it is your most recent book. I loved it, by the way. It's one of my favorites. How did writing this one compare to writing previous novels?
Listen to Your Heart. How did it compare to writing? Sorry, I'm going to pause a minute here because this is one of the ones I was like, I don't know. It was, all my books feel the same, but they feel different, if that makes sense. Some of them are really hard for me to write. It feels like pulling teeth. Weird. And sometimes sometimes it comes really easy, like the dialogue and the characters come really easy for me. I would say this one was in the middle. Some sections came really easy for me. Her family dynamics came really easy for me. Her relationship with her cousins and siblings and all that. And probably because, there we go, real life experience right there.
There you go.
I have a big family. So those dynamics always are very natural for me. But the parts that came harder were because, I don't know, they didn't interact that much at first, so it was hard to figure out their chemistry.
Mm-hmm.
While there's this mysterious guy calling in, and so that was a little hard. But I did enjoy writing the podcast. That was different for me.
Yeah, that was awesome.
My husband's really huge on podcasts. He loves listening to podcasts. So I would always ask him questions. I'm like, because I'm not a big podcast listener, but he is. So I had my expert. But it was fun. It was really fun.
It's funny that you mentioned that you connected that to the real life experience thing, because when your cousins came over, I was like, oh, cousins, listen to your heart, I get it.
Yes.
Do you have any favorites among the characters you've created? And if so, why?
I try not to play favorites with my children,
Right.
but I will say, there's one, I keep remembering real life experiences now that I'm saying this. Isn't this funny? There's one character, I've never done this before, and I've never done it since, but the character that's most close to someone I know in my life is Cayman. And Cayman's from The Distance Between Us. And she's
Also one of my
super
favorites.
sarcastic, and he always gets mad when I tell people this. But I totally, every time I got stuck in that book, I'd say, what would Jared say? Jared's my husband. And so Cayman is like the girl form of my husband. And so she kind of is my favorite because I married him and that I based a girl character off of him. And he laughs at me when I tell people this, but she is him. And it was fun to write her because it was easy. Like I knew what he would say if someone said this to him, or anyway, it was fun.
I have another question that
Yes, you're
we
fine.
didn't preview.
You're fine.
So you wrote for an anthology that's coming out soon. How
Yes.
does that compare to full-length novel writing?
Yeah, so I've always told people I could never write short stories. I'm like, I can't. The minute I start to get into it, I want to tell this big story, and why not tell the big story? So I never thought I would write a short story. And then my editor asked me if I wanted to, and I've always thought, well, I like to challenge myself, and let's see how this goes. And I actually loved it. It was really fun to write because it's quick, and you kind of have to, by nature of the story, leave out a lot of the extras, and so you're just getting to like the heart of the story, and I loved it. I think I might do that again. So it was a lot of fun. I hope people like it because it was a really fun story to write.
That's awesome. I'm really excited to read that one.
Yeah.
So what are you working? Well, what's next, basically?
So the anthology comes out next in October, and then my Fame, Fate, and the First Kiss, which is the companion novel to Love, Life, and the List, comes out in February from Harper. So those are my next two little things, and you know I'm always working on stuff. So I still have more after that, but let's focus on those ones for now.
Any last thoughts to share with fans?
I'm just so grateful to my readers, to readers in general, really, because readers, I love books. Books are my first love. Reading is my first love. Writing is like a bonus for me. But I'm just so grateful that people are reading my books and loving them and sharing them and sharing that with me. It really makes my day. It makes my life. So I love it and I appreciate it, and thank you.
Thank you. All right, thanks again for speaking with us.
Thank you
It
for
was
having
great to
me.
meet you.
You too.